Hello, I have something really exciting and fun to share with you. This is going to be a two-part video. I just want to walk through this new product that I have first, and then I am going to probably, I don't know, I can't give you a time, sometime soon I'm going to share a video on how to use some of these. I have a couple of examples now just to give you a little peek, but I have been working with Michelle Kosciolik with Stuff by Belle, and she has produced some new plastic mixed media supplies. I've got these in extremely, like even more so than my other stuff, limited quantities, because I really wanted to gauge interest to this. I'm excited about them, but sometimes that never really transfers and relates to you amazing people. So I just wanted to share, these coordinate with some of the other collections that I have already in my shop, the astrology collection, the mid-century modern collection, and my Face It collection too. So these can be used with that. But I am always looking for other products and mediums to really kind of kick up my artist books, to make them even more interactive and more versatile and just kind of more of a cool factor. So that's where a lot of these kind of came from. And I like to have things that are basic, and what I mean basic is you can add your own paints, mediums, product to these to really make them something you like. If you have a certain color palette that you really are drawn to, feel free to do that. So these are almost a blank canvas for you to be able to do that with, and you can, instead of getting a pack of all red ones or all green ones, you can make them any color that you wish. So I love product that way myself personally, because to me it has more options and it really extends it and makes me more excited, because then I'm not so tied to a certain color palette. So the first two sets, so these are sold in a set. They're the same thing, but they're in two different sizes. So this first set is from my mid-century modern collection. They're patterns inspired by mid-century modern, which were very architectural in look and feel. And it's hard on this background, so I do have a, let's see, I don't know if this will help. Maybe it'll help a little bit on the clear ones. So in this first pack, these are all, I believe, can't remember the size exactly, 1 1¼ inch by 1¼ inch. And I love this size because you could staple them on a page, or you could, you know, make a little, put a little piece of washi tape and do a little flip up, you know, hide a face or something on a page. But they're etched. The plastic pieces are all etched. So you get a set that is semi-transparent or semi-opaque, however you want to look at it. You can still see through them. So if you were to layer these, for example, on a piece of paper, you can still see the paper back behind a piece of collage material. So I liked that effect, if you wanted more of that fuzzy look. So you get 6 of those here, and then you get the same 6 patterns, but in a clear acetate. So you could probably see these a little bit better without the glare. I'll put them up to the camera. So it's the same patterns, but all mid-century modern inspired. So you can see how they're etched in. So these are etched too. You can see if I move the light, same etching here. So it's etched into the plastic. So what do you do with these? So I already gave you some examples. You can use as is, and it kind of is a cool factor, especially these super clear ones. Like if you put this over someone's face, like you could get kind of a cool little washed out look of it. But you can use alcohol ink on these since they're plastic. So this one here has alcohol ink on it, and you can see how it really makes that etched portion stand out even more. So back to the whole customization of this, and you can add a gradient of alcohol ink on here, kind of whatever you would like, but you can use alcohol inks on these. You can use metallic rubbing paste. So this one, I just had my gold metallic rub paste and I put it on my finger and I rubbed it across here. And because this little etched portion was at a different height than the clear portion, it picked up on that. Like super simple, but like no joke, like how cool. That's kind of hard because it's gold on gold, but back to this piece. That gold on top of that, or even the alcohol ink on top of it. The other way I really was kind of the first way I experimented with these, and I'll show them in another one. I just took some black acrylic paint and painted the whole surface and then wiped it off with a paper towel, and then with a baby wipe just a little bit lighter to really clean it up a little bit, and I'll show what I mean by that. But that works really great on both pieces, where you can use just your acrylic paint and you can customize it that way. So again, the beauty of these are this etched design into the plastic itself. So this is the first set. So again, these are 1 1/4 inches by 1 1/4 inches. So you get all 12 of these in this first pack. And then I have a second pack, same designs, but the squares are larger. So I would love to turn these into a little mini book. Like, first of all, I'm obsessed right now with making books out of my products. So you can see they're 2 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. So, you know, quite a bit larger in size. Same pattern, so you get 6 of the semi-opaque, semi-transparent. You can see the etching a little bit more on those. And then you get 6 of the clear in the larger size. But how cool would these be in a book? You could, you know, punch it here and just bind it with some ring binders. Like, that would be really cool with a little foot book, because you could have papers in here. You know, if you had them layered on top of something, you'd be able to see what's underneath of it, or even the semi-transparent ones you'd be able to see. So I think this size would be great to turn into a little artist book. So again, there's 12 pieces in this set, and they're just the larger size. So those are the first two. The next item that I have is from my Face It collection. So let me zoom back out here a little bit. So I've taken some of the girls from my Face It journal that was in Art Journaling magazine, and we turned them into acetate pieces. And again, look how cool these are. Like, you could staple these into an art journal page or an artist book and have a little flip up. Same material, so you can do the same things to them. Let me get some samples here. So this is what I told you. So this is this one here. This was a test one, so that's why it's a little smaller. But all I did to this was add black paint and wipe it off. So you can see how different it looks, because it brings out those etched portions. And then you could go in here if you wanted and painted the flowers, but like, that would look so cool in a page. And you don't have to use black paint. You could use any color paint. So this is what it looks like with the black paint. Here's another one on the clear instead of the white. So you can see what that looks like here. So that's what it looks like when you don't. This is what it looks like with the black paint. So you get the different looks with the semi-opaque and then the clear. And then, so here's one that I used different colored paints, and this was a sample, so ignore how this looks. I was just playing around with it. So again, with different colored paints, what it looks like on here, you can make a different look. And then this one has paint, and then I was like getting real messy with her lips with alcohol ink, and I was just dropping it on there. I dropped it on her face for just a fun little look. Like, I could totally do her face in some funky colors. But is that not super cool? So in the set, you get, I've lost my set here. You get 3 of them. You get this one, you get that one, and that one. And you get them in the clear. Here it is. I was like missing it. And you get them in the semi-opaque. So you get the same 3 designs, 1 clear, 1 semi-opaque. So a total of 6 in this set of these facets. All right, so the next one goes with my astrology collection. So these are a set of arches, same material again. We've got clear and we've got the semi-opaque. So I love these. Again, as a little flip up in a book. You could staple them in. You can make this a page in a book, and just wait till I show you the last product because you'll know what I mean by this. You can make that a page in a book. I mean, you could staple it in. You could bind it in on your binding of choice. So you get this one, you get this one, and you get this one. So these are a little over 4.5 inches tall and 3 inches wide. So it's a nice size for your artist book and your art journal. So you get these 3, and then you get the 3 that are the semi-opaque. And again, I like with these sun ones, I want to come in here with some alcohol ink and really kind of gradiate that out to make it look like a sunrise or a sunset. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. And you could also, you know, if you want to get real detailed, I would imagine if you went over this with clear gesso and then painted on top of it so it gave something the acrylic paint to grab to, or the watercolors with my mid-century modern furniture collection that I have here that I did a previous video on. I showed, and it's basically similar material. This is acetate, this is acetate. I showed all various ways you can use watercolors, pen pastels, stencils, paint, whatever on these pieces. So the same techniques would be able to be used on these as well. So there's that one. Then the last 2 items, these are the 2 I'm really, really obsessed with. So there's 2 sizes. This is the smaller size. So what you get in a set, these are going to be little books. So each set will get this clear rainbow shape, so it can be done landscape. One set gets this design. These were actually some vintage numbers and letters that I had that I scanned in, and I've used it on fabric, I've used it on washi tape, I've used it on various things, and I love this design a lot. So, and yes, I know the letters are backwards, crooked, whatever, but it's that way on purpose. So you get that one. And this one's kind of hard on here, and I'll show you what it looks like, but it's actually script on here, and when you add paints and rubs to it, you really grab the script and it makes a really pretty design. So what you get for each one of these is the cover. So this is the cover, and it does have a score in here, so you can bend it and it moves it forward. This is the base, and then this is the piece that goes on top to really bind it all together. So you can bind these with brads, you could bind them with Chicago, what are these called? Chicago, I can't think now what the word is. You could bind it with string, ribbon, kind of whatever. You can make it whatever you want. But here's one, all I did was put it together. So you can see, this is the script, so you can really see that really cool pattern. I just use various rubs on here. So this is, I have folded it up, and I think it's pretty sturdy. I mean, you might, if you constantly folded it up, I'm sure over several years it might start cracking, but this has been pretty sturdy. And all I did was cut a bunch of papers and things to size, and I bound them with these screw posts, Chicago posts, whatever they are. I just found a size that would fit in here, and I stuck it in the holes. And I think this is a 3/16 let's see. It's a 1/4 inch hole. So this makes a super easy, because you can make it as thick or as skinny as you want. Like I've got wallpaper paper in here. I've got other acetate pieces that I have, and when you layer them, so think about layering those arches in here. Like how cool would that be? I've got resin paper in here. I had literally what was on my desk. I just cut the fabric pieces. I cut them to size, and is that not the coolest book ever? So this set has these ones. The pages, or the book itself, is 5 by 3. And again, you can embellish the designs kind of any way you feel. So here's a couple that I have done. So this one I just added the black paint. Super simple. This one, look how cool that looks with the alcohol ink. And I left some of it clear and I put the color on the rest, but it just, like on top of something, like how amazing does that look? Then I have a larger one. So it's the same design, same kit. You get 3 bases, 3 covers, 3 posts that go on the end. And this size is 6 by 4. So much larger. I just thought it would be really cool. These are like 2 of my favorite sizes to work in anyway. But I really want to hear what you feel about this. I kind of love this acetate feel, look, versatility. Kind of just really amp up my books. I hope you love them, and if I get some really good feedback and people buy them and they fly off the shelves, then I'll restock and I'll work on new and upcoming designs just to kind of keep it fresh. But just wanted to pop in here. Like I said, I'll do another video and maybe show some more ways to embellish them, and you can always check out the other video where I showed all of the, like, 17 different ways to embellish my mid-century modern furniture pieces. Same concept would apply to this because it's all acetate. But I hope you enjoy these, and I will see you around. Thanks!